All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dow. I want to talk to us this morning here about a very serious topic and subject. I'm not going to be long-winded. I'm not going to take long because it really, truly is not going to take much to explain this. Those of us who are in the faith, it's very hard for us to tolerate iniquity. While that we have all had our minds conditioned here in this country, to try to, so-called tolerate and accept certain things when you see different attitudes, perspectives, point of views from people. There are most of us that we just simply cannot tolerate workers of iniquity around us, or people who justify, make light of sin or compromise when it comes to the faith. And that's the reason why a lot of people can't have a good time around us or tolerate us unless you have the same spirit. Over in the Apocrypha, there's a man by the name of Judas Maccabees. Now, Judas Maccabees, the one thing that he and his sons they were very serious about this walk in the faith. So much serious to the point that whenever they saw Israelites, people who claimed to be of their own brethren and stuff, transgressing, making sacrifices and stuff, and bringing just compromising the principles of the Torah. Stuff that they would it would just eat them up so much that they would just literally run them through with a sword and kill them. That's the same attitude and perspective I have today when it comes to a bunch of people who are not serious, because in this country, Christianity is just so loose. And we have had our minds shaped and formed by this religion of Christianity to where we're so loose about everything that we do, and that there's really truly nothing of conviction. There's an old saying that the people have out there in the world: fake it till you make it. I don't fake any damn thing till I make it. That's all there is to it. There ain't gonna be no damn faking it until you're making it, because you ain't gonna make it as long as you're faking it. And that's the attitude that permeates this cancerous society that we live in today, where nobody's very serious about this. Ever since I've been filled with the Ruah, my lifestyle attests to how serious I am about what I'm doing. And some of you who have come into the faith and have come out of these pagan, satanic churches and these religions, who have actually had a taste of the kingdom of heaven here within you, working inside of you, and the authority over unclean spirits and casting out devils. Those of you who have listened to me and have visited and actually broke bread with me and sat down and see how serious that we are about this. There's only a few righteous even out of all of that. I mean, there are hundreds of people that come. And out of those hundreds of people, there may be 5 or 6 people out of those hundreds that'll be very serious about serving the Father and very serious about their soul salvation. But we live in a society that's been compromised. Our mind has been compromised. And there's nothing about this world right here that is trying to make sure that you stay the course and be very serious about serving the Father. Because, the cattle mentality is everybody else around you is faking it until they so-called damn making it, and everybody else is compromising, and everybody else is doing this, and rather than having the strength to stand up on the convicting power of the Father that He gives us through the power of the Ruach HaKodesh, what we do is we make sorry excuses, and we tolerate sin, iniquity, and transgression. And you continue to keep developing an attitude where you're tolerating sin, iniquity, and transgression. What's going to happen is that your life is going to end up being desolate. You're always going to make excuses. You're never going to improve. You're never going to know what it is to have the peace of the Most High Yah dwelling within your hearts, because you're too busy faking it until you're making it. And that's a sorry excuse for a so-called Israelite. We got people professing to be Israel because everybody's beginning to understand the lies of Christianity. It's obvious that it's a pagan religion, but we still have a lot of this residue from its wicked pagan satanic religion even operating in our mindsets today. It's just a sad situation, sad attitude. But no, Pastor Dollars ain't going to be faking nothing until he's making it. We're going to be very serious about this thing. And don't worry about it. All of you people who have a contrary spirit, it's only a matter of time before you begin to show out. And that's why, myself and the elders, we reprove, we rebuke, and we correct. That reproving, that rebuking, that correct, it's going to test, prove, and try your heart to see exactly who you are, so we'll know who you are and where you stand and where you're at. Because just like Judas Maccabees and Matthias and all them, we're serious about serving the Father. I understand what has happened to me and my people. I understand the bondage and the slavery and the tyranny we're up under, spiritually and naturally. I understand that I'm not in my land and stuff, but since I've been filled with the genuine Ruah, I'm not going to be faking it till I make it. And I'm not going to be putting on no show. I'm not going to be grandstanding and stage playing. This is not a circus. This is something very serious. And if you choose to follow me as I follow Christ, you're going to find, number one, you're going to have a lot more peace, but you're going to have trials and tribulation in your life. So you set yourself and get your heart ready for trials and tribulations. And don't worry about all these compromising idiots out here that are not serious about everything, because, hey, that's their life. They have excuses for everything, and then they want to try to set themselves up as your judges. It's a small thing if I be judge of all these so-called people out here who are not living anything. I want to inspire those of you who are true Israelites, who really truly get what we're doing and understand it. You'll be able to be a partaker of the kingdom right now, because your heart will be content even though the whole entire world is against you. But I tell you what, it sure would be nice to be back in the day to where you could see a lot of these hypocritical Israelites and these people who are playing so-called, I use superlatives that you're familiar with, church, if we could run them through with a sword. That's just like I was talking the other day about this world. You know, we live in a world where the religion of Christianity tries to tell you that God, and I'll use that term because you're familiar with it, doesn't hate. But that's a lie from the pit of hell. Not only does God hate, but he hates with a perfect hatred. And anytime you get anyone who claiming to be his people, compromising, making light of, just haphazardly going through life, and making you think that he tolerates your sin, he loves you in your sin, you're a fool. You have lost your ever-loving mind. You are just a prating fool, and you're going to see, because most of your mind's been shaped so many different ways in his life, that no matter what is being said today, you get offended, you justify yourself, and you're not going to be told anything until the breath go out of your body and you find out that this creator universe ain't as stupid as you thought he was. But over in Malachi, he says, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. He repeats that in Romans. But then you got this wicked religion of Christianity. God loves everybody. What God is that loves everybody? Because that ain't what the psalmist David said. That's not what God, Elohim, Almighty Yahweh said himself. He hates. And you need to understand, you need to hate sin, hate iniquity, hate transgressions, hate those who compromise, those who make light of, and those who are always tolerating iniquity, sin, and transgression around you, because what they're trying to do is keep your spirit down low so they can continue this sick condition at the end. But God hates. And you need to learn how to hate the right way. There ain't nothing wrong with hatred. But by the time you get under this influence of Christianity, they try to change the Elohim, the creator of the universe, bring him down to the image like corruptible man. And that's the reason why today that you got all these flower child people out here, Yah tolerates everything under the sun. He tolerates every alternative lifestyle. He even tolerates you and your iniquity, sin, transgression. Well, you're going to find out that the breath is going off our body. Judgment is coming. And this Yahweh Elohim, he ain't who you think he is. And that is the truth. And that's the truth straight way. I hope I said something to inspire you, those who are true at heart, and those of you who are serious at mind. Hey, by the way, we got GOTS coming up at the end of August 27th, 28th, and 29th. The phone number is area code 615-688-3025. If you'd like to attend, call that for information, and we'll get with you. Also, Brother Steve in Canada. Hey, check this out. I need for you to go ahead and post up last year's registration form. Just change the date to 2014 rather than 13, and that should be sufficient enough, and post it up on the website if you hadn't already done it. I don't know what's going on with the Judas system. The system is working, but it's just not picking up when I pull up on the website. Just thought I'd go ahead and put that in there. Hey, y'all have a good day. King coming.